The likelihood of industrial action to be taken by stevedores who are at loggerheads with the management of the Port of Belize Limited has been staved off, at least for another 10 days. The extension of the 21-day notice at the 11th hour was effected by the Junior Minister of Labour, who is an intermediary in trying to resolve the ongoing dispute. It is the hope of Dr. Carla Barnett that the matter involving working hours and remuneration will be settled in the days to come, without the waterfront workers having to resort to a strike.
Based on the earlier discussions that we had, that we would be preparing, we were in fact preparing to extend the 21 days by 10 days so that we could proceed with the establishment of the tribunal that's provided for under the law, so that if it came to that, we would be able to activate that very quickly.
Somehow, the notion of a preliminary sit-down ahead of the scheduled meeting this afternoon may not have been communicated clearly to the president of the Christian Workers Union.
What happened was that the Port of Belize negotiating team wrote a letter to the minister this morning asking for the minister to essentially rescind our 21-day notice. And this is after the minister had indicated that she has decided to put together the tribunal, and she has the power to extend our 21 days. And so she has extended that 10 more days, and our legal advisor has told us that she has the power to do so. We disagreed, and we felt very insulted, in fact, that the port would have written a letter to get the minister to try to take away our 21-day notice without even copying us on that letter.
According to Dr. Barnett, the miscommunication led to a brief exchange of words over the manner in which the request to extend the notice had been undertaken.
There were some words that went across the table that let them have their say. I think it was a bit of a misunderstanding about the intention of what we were doing, but it's really just to give us the space in which to do what is required of us under the law. So today we wrote both the Port of Belize and the Christian Workers Union formally telling them that we were extending the 21 days by a further 10 days so that we could proceed to establish the tribunal required under the law.
CEO Arturo Tux Vasquez, who manages the Port of Belize, was of the opinion that once both parties had agreed to exchange proposals, that the notice of industrial action would have been cancelled. He was prompted to write the minister today when he learned after Wednesday's meeting that the clock was still ticking.
I did not expect that the 21 days would have been extended. Obviously, I did not expect that. But again, with the explanation I got, I am prepared to continue to discuss it. I thought that once we had arrived at that compromise of saying we will exchange counter proposals for the hours of work, I thought the 21 days came out. But the minister explained that she needs a bit more time for her to perhaps, if the possibility is to go to tribunal, then she also needs that time.
Aside from the extension, details of a counter proposal by the Christian Workers Union were shared orally with PBL during today's meeting.
We have presented them a verbal description of our counter proposal on the matter of hours of work. It was sent to them during the lunchtime today, so they have asked for more time to look at it. So we are scheduled to meet on Tuesday morning about what they feel about our counter proposal. But we do have problems on the horizons because we brought up a matter that is very important to us. And we told the PBL negotiating team, since yesterday they indicated that the gang composition was a matter that they consider pending. Now, you must understand, for us that was very uncomfortable because our gangs have already been reduced by the intermediate agreement.
Why is there a push for another reduction in the gang size?
That situation is, there was an agreement signed June of 2017 where there were 4 points that were agreed to. And that's when the stevedores got their increase in their pension, from 3% of regular salary to 4% of production bonus, which actually multiplies the pension tenfold. So what I'm trying to explain to the union is that that one particular item that we would have discussed a further deduction came as a result of, of a complete joint agreement.
That agreement, according to Vasquez, preceded the presidency of Mose Hyde. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.